FutureWise, Transportation Choices Coalition, and a number of other environmental, business, and labor groups are preparing to launch today our Transportation for Washington campaign. This is a multi-year and statewide campaign looking to clean our air and water, invest in transit options that will save people money, and build great, healthy communities to work, play, and live.
Thank you, April, and it's exciting to be here for the launch of what I think will be a successful grassroots campaign to help engage citizens across the state in these important discussions about our transportation infrastructure. I'm proud to be here to talk about the first step in that, which is the Local Transit Act, a bill that I'm preparing to introduce here in the next couple weeks that would give our local transit agencies more choices. For those that don't follow the details of transit finance, our transit agencies are shackled to one revenue source, which is the sales tax. And as we know, in this recession, sales tax has been one of the least productive revenue sources. As consumers lack confidence, they're not spending money, and it's creating problems for our transit agencies across the state. So the Local Transit Act would give our transit agencies more choices. It would give voters in local communities more choices. I firmly believe that good transit creates strong communities across the state. So the four options that we are looking at providing would be a progressive motor vehicle excise tax for agencies that would be based on the vehicle's value, a vehicle license fee that's based on the annual mileage that's driven by the vehicle, a fuel efficiency-based tax, and the possibility of a local sales tax on gasoline. None of these options is perfect. None of these options will perfectly fit every community across the state, but we want to give every community choices as to how we fund this vital infrastructure. We know in the last 2 years we've seen devastating cuts in Snohomish County as community transit has suspended service. I know Warren, one of our faithful riders, can talk a little bit about that. But we see that this infrastructure is critical to helping low-income families connect to jobs and other opportunities in the community. For those that are seniors or disabled and no longer are driving around our communities, transit is a critical link to medical appointments and the community around them. And from a congestion reduction perspective, we know that transit in the Puget Sound is taking millions of car trips off of our highways, allowing freight and the rest of us to move more efficiently on our highway system. So the Local Transit Act will allow local communities with their voters' support to invest in this critical infrastructure. I'm excited to bring this bill forward, and as we move through the process, we'll have more details.
Thank you all for joining us on the launch today, and we look forward to working with you in the campaign.